Africa Story, a production of Ethics Media TV. Title: The ears never get past the head. Once upon a time, there lived a family in a village near the large forest. The head of the family is called Tatu, father, Kabongo. He had a wife called Mamu, mother, Meander, and they had two sons, Chiswaka, the elder, and Malumba, the younger. Tatu Kabongo cared so much about his sons' education. He wanted them to learn with courage, hunting, fishing, and gathering. In addition, he wanted them to grow up with good morals. He always counseled them whenever they were up to mischief. As time went on, the two children grew up and wanted to become independent. Therefore, Chiswaka and Malumba, his brother, decided to leave home. Chiswaka married a beautiful woman called Luina, about 800 kilometers from his village, and had children. Malumba moved to the east near the river where he married Kaja, and they also had children. The two boys became responsible men. They worked hard for the survival of their families, and were the envy of other villagers. This made them to become very proud. One day Tatu Kabongo, their father, got up and went to see his eldest son Chiswaka. After taking his bag and his gun, he set off and traveled a long distance to get to the village where his eldest son lived. When he got there, he was welcomed with great joy. They prepared a good meal for him, and he went to bed and rested. 2 months after Tatu Kabongo had been staying with his son, something very shocking happened. Chiswaka returned from hunting, and when he got home, he found his father sitting under a mango tree. His wife was late in preparing dinner. Suddenly Chiswaka raised the machete and cut off the head of his wife. Make it stand out. Seized with panic, his father asked him, "Why did you do that?" Chiswaka looked at his father and said, "Father, do not be afraid. I did not do anything wrong." A moment after, Chiswaka cut his wife's head off. He put it back on her neck, and the woman was revived, and continued preparing dinner. The next morning the father returned home after seeing the miracle of his first son. A few days later, the father decided to visit his second son. He set off to the village in which his second son Malumba lived. When Tatu Kabongo arrived at Malumba,